So in this video, we're going to look at how to use sensory words in your guided meditations. Sensory words are very powerful to use because they speak directly to the body. If you use more abstract language, you don't really know how that language is going to be interpreted by other people, but sensory words, they speak directly to the body and gives you the opportunity to sort of pass a lot of the interpretations that the mind normally engages in. So you will use different sensory words depending on what kind of theme you want for your meditation. For example, if your theme for your meditation, if you want to guide a meditation into a state of groundedness, support, patience, perseverance, confidence, something like this, it's very good to use sensory words like weight, solid, heavy, downward moving energy. It's very good to talk about density, about feeling at ease and unhooked. So if you just say something like relax and sense the weight of your body, feel the solidity of your body, feel this, how your body is pleasantly heavy as you're sitting in the chair or lying on the floor, however the people you guide are positioned. You can talk about how they can feel the energy moving down through their bodies and how comfortable it is to sit here and feel the density of their bodies and feel the ease. So these are very good words to use for themes such as groundedness, support, patience, and so on. Another theme that you might want to talk about in your meditations could be something like strength or courage or passion or autonomy. It could be fearlessness or vitality. Now, if you think about how it feels when you feel strong, how it feels in your body when you already feel courageous or passionate, or when you feel very autonomous or fearless or vital, you might notice that there are certain words that describe that felt sense very good. Some of these words, maybe you feel your body is very warm, you feel inner heat, you feel an expansion out in all directions, or you might feel a forward moving energy, or you just like something like an inner oomph or something punchy. So these are the kind of felt sense or somatic words that are really good to use when you're guiding meditation into strength, courage, passion, and so on. So you can say something like, feel how your body can expand out in all directions. Feel how your body is warm. Notice where in your body you feel heat. Notice where in your body you feel a free movement of energy. This kind of language will be very helpful to guide people into states that they will recognize as this is what you feel like when you feel strong, courageous, autonomous, vital, fearless. Yet another theme that you might want to guide a meditation into could be themes like peace or intuition or intimacy. Now, again, just when you think about situations where you already feel peace, where you already feel a sense of intimacy, or where you feel your intuition is really sharp, or then notice what your body feels like, what your inner atmosphere feels like, and see what kind of words could describe this inner state. Some words that you might come up with would be words like, you might feel an inner darkness, an inner blackness, an inner black space. You might feel a stillness that is no movement of energy in any direction, but just this gentle stillness. You might feel that you're slowing down. If you're not already still, you might feel things are like slowing down. You might feel an inner softness. Something like this. When you guide the meditation, you might, instead of talking directly about peace, you might start to talk about sit with your eyes closed and notice where in your body you feel an inner sense of darkness. You might invite people to slow down their thoughts, slow down their emotions, and notice the stillness between their thoughts and emotions. And as you draw people's attention to these inner felt sense experiences, they will feel peace. They will feel an intimacy with themselves. And this is what you want to guide them to. Yet another theme that you might want to explore or guide people into when you're guiding a meditation is the theme of compassion, of humility, of loving kindness, of vulnerability, and tenderness. And again, you can take these fairly abstract level words and think about, when have you felt humble? When have you felt kindness? Either your kindness towards others or others' kindness toward you. When have you felt tenderness? When have you felt vulnerability and felt safe about that vulnerability? And as you bring these situations to mind, notice what your body feels like. Most likely you will feel, you'll feel tender, like the texture of your body will feel tender. You'll feel soft. Maybe you'll feel like your inner atmosphere is like running water, or you'll feel this inner freshness. You might feel this free and deep breathing, and you might feel the energy moving in you, but with this gentle flowing quality. So again, as you guide to this, you might talk about how people can sit with their eyes closed and just invite their body to soften. Invite every muscle and every bone to become more tender. And notice how they can allow the breath to just flow freely and bring a sense of freshness to the body. So this is a very nice way to guide people into states of compassion and humility and loving kindness and so on. Now the last theme that I will mention is the theme of joy, playfulness, curiosity, inspiration, carefreeness, childlike innocence and freedom. Already when you're listening to these words, by now you sort of probably gotten the idea, and when you're listening to these words, you can tune in and feel what the body feels like. And chances are your body will feel lighter. Your body might feel a little bit bubbly, or you might feel like an upward drift of energy. Again, with the lightness, when you feel lightness, energy might drift upwards. And same with the bubbles. Bubbles might drift upwards. So if you want to guide a meditation into joy and playfulness, innocence, then you can talk about sitting with your eyes closed and just inviting this gentle sense of lightness. You can use images that invite lightness also, like you can say, as you're sitting here with your eyes closed, you can invite yourself to put down any burden and just notice how every time you put down a burden that you might have been carrying throughout the day, your body starts to feel lighter. Your shoulders feel lighter, your head feels lighter, your arms and legs feel lighter, your belly, your chest feels lighter. And as you feel lighter, you might feel this gentle upward moving energy in your body. And this can create this very nice sense of chilled sense of joy, a very content sense of joy in your body. So when you are guiding meditations, I really invite you to think about what kind of state would you like people to guide people into, and then don't describe this state with more abstract words, but really do this work where you think to yourself, when I am in this state already, what do I feel in my body? and then use those somatic words, those felt sense words, those sensory words. And if you're in doubt whether a word is a somatic word or not, think about, is this a word that you could use to describe a physical substance? If it isn't, it's not a somatic word, it's not a sensory word. So if you're thinking, well, what I'm feeling is really grounded. Yes, but you would never talk about, say, a grounded rock or a grounded chair. However, when you think about heavy, for example, that is a somatic word. You can say that a rock is heavy. You can say that a chair is heavy. So heavy is one of those somatic words. When you are using somatic words, some somatic words might be something that people would see as negative. In order to make sure that people don't see it as negative, just put a qualifier in front of it. So some people, when they hear a word like heavy, they think about depression or something like this, and this is not where you want to go. But if you just say a pleasant sense of heaviness in the body, okay, well, fine, then people will know it's the pleasant kind of heaviness we're talking about, not the uncomfortable kind of heaviness. So I'll invite you to do a couple of exercises with this. I'll invite you to do 3 different kind of guided meditations using this technique of including somatic felt sense words. So the first meditation I'd like you to do is just a body scan, where you take a single felt sense word and invite people to feel that in every part of their body. So for example, you can start with the feet and then slowly move your way up to the top of the head. And maybe you want to choose the word warmth. And all you do for the entire 10 minutes is just to say, sense a pleasant sense of warmth in your feet. Let the warmth spread to your ankles. Feel the warmth in your calves and in your shins. Feel the warmth in your knees. Let the warmth flow into your thighs, and so on. So you just mention all the body parts, slower than I did here, obviously, and then you connect them with that single felt sense word. This is very simple and very powerful. Don't worry that it might be boring. It really isn't. It's very nice to guide meditations in that way. Another meditation that you can do is that you can do a body scan, and then you can again choose one felt sense word, but then kind of slowly intensify it. So maybe you start by inviting people to feel a pleasant sense of warmth in their body. But as you progress, you can intensify it. Now it's no longer just warmth. You can say, let your body gradually be warmer and warmer. You can start talking about the heat. You can start talking about this inner fire. And in that way, you can intensify how you talk about the warmth, gradually guiding people to feel warmer and hotter, and like in the end they will just sit there and feel ablaze with this intense energy, this intense inner heat or intense inner fire. Again, this can be a very powerful, very nice way of guiding a meditation. If you do something like fire, for example, again, it is good to constantly remind people that this is a really nice sense of inner fire. It's a really pleasant sense of inner fire. The last meditation that I'll invite you to do as an exercise is a 10-minute body scan where you combine the felt sense with some of the concepts on the previous slide. So, for example, if you choose the warmth, you can start by inviting people to feel warmth in their arms and legs or feel warmth in their belly. You might turn it up a bit and invite people to feel gradually warmer and warmer. And then you might start talking about how, as you are feeling this warmth in your belly, you can notice how that feels like a strength in the belly. Or as the warmth is moving into the chest, you feel courageous or you feel passionate. Or as the warmth flow into your head, you start feeling fearless. So this is another way. I suggest that you start by talking people into the felt sense, and then you start using the concepts and connecting this felt sense to the themes that you want to talk about. So these are 3 exercises you can do, and enjoy them. And next session we are going to talk about the overall structures you can use for your meditations.